Ah shit, here we go. It's been a while since we did a live. I think the last one that we did was what, Ratchet and Clank? Right? And I did a couple of Call of Duty things here and there. Did a Funko Pop one here and there. And finally, we are doing a stream. And you know what's crazy? I literally just found out this morning that this game was out for the P5. I mean, well, PlayStation in general. I think it's the PlayStation 4 game. But I thought it was only out for, excuse me. I thought it was only out for the Nintendo Switch, but apparently I was wrong, and I happened to see someone that I follow on YouTube playing it, and then when I seen them save their game and I seen that PlayStation 5 screen pop up on it, I was like, oh, we getting this ASAP. So, you know, without further ado, let's get into it. Select the adventure. Wait, go back. Options. Voices on, music effects, gameplay, operation, stream, subtitles, yes. Text skip. I guess we'll leave that off. Text box transparency low. Language, English. Either turn this on to enable story mode in place of autoplay, allowing you to progress through the game automatically without having to press any buttons. The answers to questions and all are handled on your behalf. Some accolades may not be available. Oh, so that's like easy mode pretty much. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Like, how do you do easy mode in an Ace Attorney game? Like, are you fucking serious? Alright, select adventure, let's go. Why is it saying select adventure? This episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Oh. Okay. Let's just go to new game.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some were swept away by the tide.
Oh, somebody got popped already.
But for one man,
as you know, this is
the turbulence of that era was just
attorney game, so you gotta pay attention to every little detail. So let's see that. Oh, you did it. Oh, episode 1. When you, it's gonna be words that I can't pronounce. I'm already sure, so bear with me. November 22nd, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court. Defendants. God. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors is this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? What? Oh, no, nothing. Busy glares, murderer. Sorry. Damn, bro. Harsh. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be butchering these names. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Humane University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. That's a fucking fact. So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. So I got a sword. Oh, that's dope. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. right? Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing for? Oh, No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspaper these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me, I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. But there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asagi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I, a star student in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive considering he's still a graduate. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyer is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet you said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. Damn, they don't read? What the fuck? Where's the voice acting at? It looks like you're going to get study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as an immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura blowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's city of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place for a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day that you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asaki, may I have a word? Who that? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. Seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this lady? Feel as though I've seen him at the university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Yeah, I can't do voices. You know, that's what happens when you by yourself. I needed help. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. This is awkward. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. You must be Inaru Hodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Ikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Sogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you no doubt heard, Sogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? Nani? As I suspected, you are unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has chosen from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defend it. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. What the hell? So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asagi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Jesus Christ, what the This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad will be over. And once more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. November 22nd, 9 a.m., Supreme Court of Judicature Courtroom? What the fuck? So this is a courtroom. The Supreme Court of Judicature. I'm not saying that right, I know it. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that has closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. Basically, what that means is that this is like a this is like a tutorial, pretty much. So keep that in mind. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Inosuke. It's about to begin. Look at them. They look different than their normal games. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for the final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do.
Yes!
Yes! What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? Mambo, rabble. What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotobi told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Sis, Professor Mikotobi shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, my mind is a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still. Try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of, God damn it, I hate that word, Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. Shit. I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. But I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of R1. If you ever find yourself against something, just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press R1 for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. This is the list. You collect it. Now try switching to the people instead with R1. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, press circle to go back. Oh shit. John H. Now you've been like he said with excellency waiting and we are find a victim in the people section of the court and present right now.
Yes!
Well, at least you don't remember Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England and invited to the university to live. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable force. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a treaty together after lengthy negotiations. To anyone who hadn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilled on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? And you do it. This case is coming to great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. The nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea, after all. It's not every day that you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire? Wow, that's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at the university. I'm sure he's visiting a professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you. Hold on. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Well, obviously that was, remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. But how? Find a piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and present to it now. That occurred to me was caused by loss of blood and gunshot.
Yes!
Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. Learn to read in the soul. That's the post-mortem report. I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. That's post-mortem report. And the rest of Dr. dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But in his opinion, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions about it. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. So, that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Oh shit, let's get it. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it, then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Miko Toba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Maybe. Right. Any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is... Oh, God. Damn, I'm going to butcher these names. My name is Satoru Hosanaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh, shit. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, What the hell? It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Understood. Hasanoga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring, maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have few diners at the time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Ah, dude, more blood? Come on, dude. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. Pow! A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot it.
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. Jeez. But next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized. Defendant Naruhodo. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point later, standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in the court today. Oh, coronavirus. Yes, without question. Let's see. And apart from the accused, were there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Oh, wait. What did you just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, boom! There was a woman sitting opposite of him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed? I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? I'm interjecting, fuck that.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hasanada-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? Hosonaga. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine on us. I don't believe it. Oh, God. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Yeah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very oh God, waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. Why you acting so shady, bro? Yeah, what was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Oh, damn. Something clearly seems to have shaken him up. Oh, God. What the fuck is wrong with him? The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Get him out of here. So, the court has now heard a precise of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have a small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, he says. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Is he dumb? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Nichols said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Inosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. That's right, motherfucker. Wait. I need to put my phone in the charger. I don't like the fact that the characters don't talk. Makes everything more difficult. Prosecutor Auchi, please continue with the proceedings. Tis, well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls its next witness. Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Oh shit, who the fuck are them? Oh, they was there. I remember them from the thing. Witnesses kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Now watch their names be something crazy that I can't pronounce. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Aisa Nosa, reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District, Kyorio Karu Kore Kuta, at your service. Jesus Christ. An antique dealer and a soldier, one of an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day of questioning. They must be the diners at the other tables that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I have it to take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon, and not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. You ain't the only one, bro. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. Carnival. I'm saying it too crazy. It's Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. Damn, why you gotta bang on the thing? The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that blank, uninformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. What the? Wait, did I say a baby? This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm also sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence that the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Standing by ready to... What the fuck is that? Standing by ready to report, sir. Unsavory memories of most acerbic afternoon. Witness testimony. Let's get it. What the witness saw. I was ingesting a regulacious beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military government. At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black uninformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. That's not right. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio. That isn't... Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel, unforgivable enemy. What times we live in where an English... First of all, dude, how you got a knife in the courtroom? What times we live in where an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day? But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor, which you shouldn't have done. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an Englishman gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I picked it up, bang. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring the despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any prestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachi-Maki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. How did he know that? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Kazuma is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, real okay. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just as the case provided it. And the key to doing it is in the evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Yosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. That's funny. Cross-examination. What the witnesses saw. I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was describing virtues of a particular fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At the precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. The black, uninformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. Why I say uninformed? It's uniformed. Civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the found some mysterious curio. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, you know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while a witness is giving testimony by pressing R1. Go through each witness statement and the details about each piece of evidence and compare all the facts. Somewhere in there, you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seems to contradict each other, present your evidence with triangle and rip the witness apart. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no bias, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense case will fall apart and you'll receive a guilty verdict. So, that's it. Pursue the evidence in the court record and find the inconsistencies with a witness statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness statements over and over again, as many times as you like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. I was adjusting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant. We gotta read this shit again? I'm not reading that again. Yeah, I'm not reading that again. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Oh shit, that was my fault. I was supposed to do that. Damn, I was supposed to do that. My bad. My bad. I think I know what it is too. Present your evidence with triangle and lift the wrist apart. Just be careful because la. Yeah, I fucked up, but I think I know what it is. So keep your head and good luck, partner. Yeah, I think I know what it is. I was investigating over the steak, rest of the oh man. Yeah, myself, There we go. At the precise moment a firearm was discharged, I observed the enemy's action with my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired into English student from the back. That's wrong.
Yes!
That's wrong. He wasn't shot from the back. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination, thrusting some photograph print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here. Right, because he was shot in the front. You could see it. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the courtroom. What are you talking about? It's apparent from the single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Aisa Nosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes.
Yes!
But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. Yeah, he was shot in the front. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Exactly. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is obvious discrepancy. Well, how do you explain it? Oh shit, a baby! What the? What was that? It just popped out from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly there is clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Why are you trying to lie on me? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious block of Carnival steak. The last testimony the court heard was proving one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Aisa Nosa, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutors here in this grand courtroom. Ah shit, I got a trophy. Dope. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial just from that one discrepancy. I don't like reading this shit. I don't think I could do a stream with I don't know. We'll figure it out. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet did. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Treasure? Indeed, the Hohe Era Korban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit the restaurant, It is my habit to place it in my bosom pocket, particularly trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes from the briefest of moments, was there no more? It simply vanished. The caban vanished. Hunting around under the table, I was, in case it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot. Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing could distract me. Out of interest. Did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoei gun was lost to me. No doubt some obscure scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Aoichi? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witness has further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who can possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear? As clear as Chronicle glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up to the rank, sir, named Aido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Aido Tianshun. Your father is about to call the enemy. What the fuck? Is that a boogie? Ew. Watch and learn, my boy. The true culprit. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman over and out. These testimonies are certainly... Shit, I didn't press that. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the courtroom and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the table at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on what appears on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered in the courtroom record. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takatsuchi Aoki, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Leonoski. It's not over yet. Right? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Sis, rules can be so unbending at times. Wait. Cross-examination. True code break. Even if what I saw wasn't the present moment of filing this charge, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. How much I did see myself. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the page is fascinating was the only one out. What do you think? What's the matter? I can't find anything. I can't find a clear discrepancy anywhere. I'm done for. I can't win this trial. No. Listen, the first thing to do is calm down. You can expect witness statements to be full of holes every time, so just take your time and try to tease. Can I look at the court records? Yes, I can. But the report shows the victim who was shot in the front. Wait. Death occurred and was caused by a loss of blood from gunshot to chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim. The head waiter's business card is sketched at the restaurant layout on the bag. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen. I don't know. It's kind of looking sus for you. So they should take your time and try to tease more information out of them first. What do you mean? You can choose to either press or present against each of the witness statements. If a witness is saying something that you're suspicious about, press him with L1. But on luck, you may get more details in which could prove to be crucial. Right, I see. Your point is, there's no sense in holding back. If anything, witnesses are in the custom hall. Alright. Got it. I'll press them like blocks of tofu. The professor wasn't alone in the restaurant, I'm sure of it. In one way or another, the present examination is going to prove it off, right? It's time to press them for all they're worth. My fate depends on it. I'm playing on this card, it's almost the same thing. Yes, playing this gun at the foreign man who was in black. That much I did see myself.
Yes!
Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at that point in time. But I told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it, anyway. I had just finished drinking my coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Winston's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment, bang. The gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated the testing predicament. Whereas, conversely, I failed to pick up the gun from the floor and find it myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Right? Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Furthermore, visual search the premises at times confirmed you were the only personnel present.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Winston's table. There was a lady there. As you have been at pains to point out the time and time again, I feel like I'm growing callous in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. If only there had been more people dining here at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant I know, of course. The place was almost empty. It's what you expect. Certainly 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at the time of day and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found at in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Hotel Clinic, yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on this case. I wonder. What do you think, Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the courtroom as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask about something for evidence? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant.
Objection!
Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have the right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon. You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's almost a disturbing trend. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. The victim's medical report card has been added. Good. So I can look at it, right? What we need now is no clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right. I hear you. Wait. So now I got this. can't look. I can't look at it. Fuck. Alright, I hate it. You can conspire to prolong the trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival ready for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused. Chronicle. Indeed, alone he was the Englishman dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other knew about him. Wait. Excellent work, Minister. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, yes? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? One, duh. You'll notice some pieces of evidence bearing magnifying glass. Yeah, I just tried that. Press X and you can take a look. No, still not. Let me do it. Also rotate the other directions and examine it from all angles by using. Let me do it. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press X to investigate further. So, partner, I think we should take a closer look at this middle report card. Still not letting me do it. What the fuck? See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Oh, they do it for you. It says Hotel Clinic on its medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I thought the only cold I could have ever had in my life. And I remember even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. But I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to have had only one cold in their whole entire life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Dentist. It looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment. That's why with a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point, so you don't like doctors, man. Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege or when you're at your lowest step. It's a dentist, though. But what did he do at the dentist? Sound like a model patient with a bad case of stubbornness and less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Oh, another trophy of the curiosity. Alright, well, let's open this shit. Damn, we gotta read all of that, bro. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. And there's an entry for the day of the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he'd had a bad tooth removed. So how the fuck he gonna eat if he had a tooth removed? Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drinks besides water for 3 hours. So how the fuck did he eat the steak? Post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like the information worth bearing in mind. The medical report card's information has been updated on the court record. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So, I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Even if what I saw was a professional in the final thought, it's almost the same thing. Yeah, it's pointing his gun before me, he was in, how much I did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premise at that time confirmed that we were the only ones present at the time. No. No. Let's have a look. This is some kind of... Oh, shit. Oh, no, I know what I'm supposed to use. The other picture. Fuck. Yeah. I had to use a picture of the food because he's not supposed to eat. Oh wait, I didn't even present it. I just pressed X on it.
Yes!
That statement contradicts the facts demonstrated by this evidence. As far as I can tell, there is nothing untold about this evidence. Why not? Fuck! Oh, that's bullshit!
Yes!
Wait, fuck! Oh, I did it again. I fucked up. I meant to put the. Okay, we got 3 more. I gotta chill. I gotta chill.
Yes!
That statement is clearly odd. What the fuck? Seriously? Fuck. Damn. Well done, man. I was scared of that. I still don't feel like the situation has really changed though. Fuck. Damn, I only got 2 more. I think I'm gonna get a game over. I hope not. It's simply a case of using our advantage. Puts that particular statement in so many different ways.
Yes! Objection!
Oh shit, I can't do nothing.
Yes!
Finally, motherfucker! Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I can see quite clearly that the first examination you just carried out, when you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you know exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully and just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. Chronicle-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And? I don't see. What of it, boy? Compare what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in other words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But that's, remember, Inosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong the trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could possibly. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? That outburst has petrified me today. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Holter Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Korekuta-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. Grr. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at the photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food of the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have 10. Wouldn't you agree, Miyanosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat, which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beef steak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak, the victim said it must have been obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the
Attention!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such
Yes!
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support the assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial. Relentlessly. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have an issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving their testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit? In murder? No. Yeah, y'all going to jail. Negative. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man said. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. What? What did you just say? Korikuda-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Now hold on, lad. I was say you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, your appeal? Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order. Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind it? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to tried as conspirator for this murder, huh? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. You know, Skate? Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. I need to turn this air conditioner on, it's fucking hot. I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouth shut. Of course, we need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Sure. We examined the piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If the witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. It's not on here. Right? Can't be on here. Could it be here? There you go. Just putting the list on reason about questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the woman's following the incident. If there's nothing to show the woman, you say you saw there. Exactly. And that's not all. Look here in the upper left where it says kitchen. Oh yes, whatever. No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself? Don't you? Study hard on your notes here. Explain the restaurant numbers. Definitely. This is nothing to show the woman you saw. Exactly, that's not all. Okay. Alright, maybe I should just... I looked at all of this. I don't know what the fuck they want me to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. Well, that's unexpected. What is this? Look, do you see it says witness name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, additional stars do tend to show a person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job. Oh, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga. Primarily Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector, what on earth? I have no idea, but let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow, yeah. I didn't even know you can flip it over. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary voice to manipulate the witness.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. The waiter who took the stand here?
Objection!
Poppycock. What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give their testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have the level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were. Come on, Renosuke. Time to hit the court with the truth. The truth?
Yes!
Back of car, that's of interest. I beg your pardon. Well, perhaps I should have said the front. Yes, it's the front of the back of the car. That's where the telling detail is. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. In front of that business card goes the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's surely good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division. I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Inspector Hosonaga. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. Yes, I remember now. You did act strangely when the judge asked me to hand over a business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working at as a restaurant owner? Ah, of course. The salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there had been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of the homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hasanoga, but you will elaborate on one point for the courtroom. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses besides you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. In fact, if that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite of the victim at the same table was a young lady whom I guessed to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. I immediately received off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders. You mean to say, remove the English woman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the English woman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those are my orders. But what if this English woman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as a primary suspect? Well, without imputable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the phantom woman in this case. But it's not right. One possibly does spring to mind. What do you mean, Cosmo? Union University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it was prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question as a suspect. The English woman sitting at the university's professional table is a certain Miss Giselle Brett. What the fuck? Giselle Brett? She is indeed a foreign student in the research laboratory of Union University Medical. What is happening? I admit that under orders from the Police Bureau, I have released all evidence of this lady's presence and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to us to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, It would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give it reason.
Objection!
But, Your Excellency, that would mean that missing the afternoon deadline of removal in order to send the telegraph report to Great Britain, our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hasanada. Yes, sir. You will locate this Jezal brat and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So it won't be a problem. Nothing will get in my way. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency. Good. And we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Oh shit, to be continued. Yeah, let's save it. I think I'm gonna stop for now. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. And then I'll continue another time. Because all that reading is exhausting. So I'll be back.